going on, guys? This is Matt the Misfit, and we're going to do some NXT TakeOver New Orleans predictions for the pay-per-view on Saturday night from the Smoothie King Center in New Orleans. I guess the Saturday before WrestleMania 34. We got 5 matches on this card. We have 4 championship matches. I'm not making that up because now we have a mid-card title for the NXT. I'm going to get to that, but we're going to start things off with the NXT Tag Team titles when the Undisputed Era defends against the Authors of Pain versus Roderick Strong and Pete Dunne, the unlikely pairing of Pete Dunne and Roderick Strong, who are replacing the injured Mustache Mountain mates of Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. No, not Pete Dunne. Tyler Bate and Trent Seven. Wow, Bobby Fish is out with an injury. We'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, they were supposed to be in here, and they were supposed to take on Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan, but as you know, they were pulled out because of the knee injury from Tyler Bate. So Pete Dunne and Roderick Strong are in the final. Well, if you watch NXT this week, then you know that the finals did not go very well for Authors of Pain and Pete Dunne. We'll get that in a minute. Since I haven't got a chance to talk about the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic for 2018, there wasn't one last year, because they did the War Games, which I'm glad they did that. But a lot of people were assuming Street Profits and TM61. That did not happen. So TM61, I don't know what they're gonna do with them when after come takeover. Maybe they are next in line after this whole thing, because Authors of Pain are getting called up. I'll get to that in a minute. But Bobby Fish was supposed to be in this match, and he got injured at a house show. I believe, I'm not 100% certain who he was facing. Let me look up Bobby Fish injury. I'm gonna do this live because why not? Injury. Here we go. I'm trying to remember who did he wrestle. Who did they wrestle? I think they were defending their tag team titles, but I'm not really sure who it was against. It might have been Heavy Machinery, but I'm trying to find out who it was. It's funny that I love how they acknowledge the injury on April Fool's Day, like WWE did. So I'm trying to look for it here. I'm trying to find it. I can't figure out where it happened at. I think it was Heavy Machinery, but my point is he tore his MCL and tore his ACL, so he won't be competing. He will be replaced by his other Undisputed Era teammate, Adam Cole. He'll be teaming with Kyle O'Reilly to defend, like I said, against Authors of Pain and Roderick Strong and Pete Dunne. The whole story with that is the reason why it's now a triple threat match is because earlier this week, if you watched NXT, Cole and O'Reilly caused a double disqualification during the fantastic finals for the was supposed to be, should have been the finals for the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. So William Regal came out and said, you think you pretty much you think you have outdone yourself there, Mr. Cole, Mr. O'Reilly. Yeah, you're going to be. It's a bit of a triple threat match, and yes, Adam Cole will be competing twice. We'll get to that in a minute. Who I think is going to win? It's a toss up. Authors of Pain I don't think are winning. I think they're getting called up to the main roster. Probably on the Raw after Mania. There are several names. I'll get to those names in a little bit when we get to the North American Championship. But Authors of Pain are not winning. They are most likely going to take the pinfall. I think I think we're gonna probably get new tag team champions. I think Roderick Strong and Pete Dunne are going to win the NXT tag team titles. I don't know what it is. I think that I think they're gonna do it. I just think you can't just put like a normal like a random team together and just say they're not gonna win. You know, I mean they did this with the Bar. You know, the Bar at first was not a really good idea, and then a year later, a year later, or 2 years later actually. They're one of the best things on Monday Night Raw. They were all tag team champions. We'll get to the WrestleMania predictions later when I do that video. But Undisputed Era, I kind of don't want to see Adam Cole take another pinfall because he's lost. I believe he's lost. Let's see, how many pinfalls has that man taken already? He's already taken 2 pinfalls to Aleister Black, one on television and one at Philadelphia. Great fucking match, by the way. Him and Aleister Black. Extreme Rules was second best match of the night after Gargano and Almas. We'll get to Gargano in a little bit, but I don't. Yeah, I think either way, the Authors of Pain are taking the pinfall. I think we're gonna get new tag team champions, Roderick Strong and Pete Dunne, and then we'll do the rematch at NXT Takeover Chicago, and then at Brooklyn, I believe, if I was to book it, maybe War Machine. I mean, I originally thought War Machine was going to be put in this Dusty Rhodes Classic, but I can see why they didn't do it. I mean, because I really want to see the Street Profits at some point win the NXT Tag Team titles. I think they will. They kind of ruined and took a dump on the heavy machinery thing with the Authors of Pain already. I think Team 61 is going to get their match at oh my god, where is it? Brooklyn 4. So yeah, that's what I think is going to happen with that. Next up, we got the new championship that's coming to NXT. Finally, we're getting a mid-card title, which I'm still trying to figure out how come the UK title is not the mid-card title for NXT. But I'm mind blown by me, but whatever. It's the North American Championship. I've seen the North American Championship. They revealed it yesterday. I think it was yesterday they revealed that. Well, when you're listening to this, I recorded this early this morning. Yeah, you're probably going to see it either late Thursday night or sometime Friday afternoon, Friday morning, something like that. But my point is they revealed it on Tuesday, so got that old school Bruno Sammartino, Hulk Hogan type vibe to it, like it. But in this match is Adam Cole, bye-bye, EC3, Killian, Dain, Lars, Sullivan, Ricochet, and the Velveteen Dream in a 6-man ladder match. I still think it's hilarious that out of everyone in this match, this is called the North American Championship, and Killian Dain is the only member of this entire match that's not from North America. I love Killian Dain, though. Killian Dain's not winning because Sanity is getting called up to the main roster. It's foregone conclusion. Sanity lost the NXT Tag Team titles. Lost the rematch. Well, they never got the rematch. They kind of got screwed out of the rematch. Then they did that 6-man tag match. I think it was 6-man tornado tag match a few weeks ago. I think that was a few weeks after Takeover Philadelphia. I could be wrong, but and then Sanity lost the first round. No, they actually did. They lost the second round to, I think it was, last week they lost to Pete Dunne and Roderick Strong. Really good match, by the way, with Pete Dunne and Roderick Strong versus Wolf and Young. Um, my success with Sanity on the main roster is you got Eric Young who from my understanding is not wanting to be world champion right now. He's helping out the people that's in the group with Sanity. Alexander Wolf, Nikki Cross. I love me some Nikki Cross. And Killian Dain. So I think the tag team division, they're going to go to SmackDown. That's what I think is going to happen. That's also a rumor that I've heard, is they're going to go to SmackDown. But they are part of that name of list. I think it's 6 or 7 names going up to the main roster. But Sanity, I think, is going to, NXT call-ups have not had that great success. I mean, granted, Joe got injured when he got that's kind of effed up that Joe kind of was finally getting ready to come back. He comes back and he gets injured, and he may miss. I think he's going to be somewhat. We'll get to that, but Joe, when he got to the main roster, he got straight to the top. He got a Universal title match. A great build with Brock Lesnar and a terrible match. Well, I wouldn't say terrible. It was an okay match, but it wasn't like a match that we should have. I mean, the only Brock Lesnar match last year, besides that Fatal 4-Way from SummerSlam that actually delivered, was the AJ Styles match at Survivor Series. But back to the Sanity thing. The whole NXT call-ups doesn't, I mean, Adam Rose was a great gimmick down there. Get shuffled on the main roster. Let's see who else got the call-up recently. Tyler Breeze Tyler Breeze is still I mean, yeah, you get the Faction Police now, but like that's probably run its course. American Alpha, when they got to the main roster, they were fucking like ruined instantly. Now Jason Jordan is probably the worst thing on Monday Night Raw, and I'm actually glad. I hate Jason Jordan now. American now Chad Gables with Shelton Benjamin, which should have been good, but it's not working very good for some reason. Let's see who else got called up recently after WrestleMania. Nakamura had one of those bumpy road starts, and then that loss to Jinder Mahal didn't help much for Nakamura. And then you had now Nakamura wins the Royal Rumble. Now he's going to face AJ Styles at WrestleMania for the title, but that's not gonna work at all for And then other call-ups. Finn Balor's had the main event stuff happening, and then he got injured. That kind of ruined his push. That's what I think it happened. It ruined his push. And then when he got back, he wasn't immediately put in the title picture like he should be. He should still have his Universal Championship match. I don't know when he's getting it. He's not apparently getting it right now. He's got a Intercontinental title match. I hope he wins that one, but we'll get to that when we get to that. And then let's see. My point is, NXT call-ups have not had the greatest track record as of late. Bobby Roode came up as a babyface. Fine, sure. The first night he debuts on the main roster, you're going to have that crowd there. But he should be a heel right now. Bobby Roode is better off as a heel. I don't like him as a babyface. Just no. I think Sanity, out of the name rumored groups that are call-ups that are coming, I think Sanity has probably the better chance of succeeding as a group rather than split apart. Because Eric Young and Eric Young and Alexander Wolf will do the tag team division stuff, and then Nikki Cross will be great on the women's division. And I personally think Nikki Cross will win the 2018 Women's Money in the Bank and then cash in on Asuka and then have a match with her at SummerSlam. That's my personal idea, because I really love the match that those two had at one of those NXT last year when for the women's title they had that last women's standing. I tried to say last man standing and woman standing at the same time. They did not work out very good. But yeah, so that's gonna happen. And Killian Dain has monster main event written all over him. And I've heard Vince McMahon is a big fan of Sanity, especially Killian Dain. But yeah, I think Killian Dain, Sanity's going to work wonders on the main roster, which is why Killian Dain is not going to win here. A lot of people say give it EC3, but he just got here. He just got the NXT. He's already been to NXT, but this is his return to NXT. I don't think he's winning it. Ricochet, I don't think he's winning it too. Lars Sullivan, I'll get to Ricochet in a second. Lars Sullivan, I know a lot of people like Lars Sullivan, but I'm not that big of a fan of his. I just don't know why. There's something about Lars Sullivan that isn't like. He's got a great theme. He's got a great look. I don't know, just something about Lars Sullivan. I don't know. I don't know what it is about Lars Sullivan. Adam Cole, probably not going to win here either. He's probably going to be spent because he just early on. Depends on the match. Depends on where both the tag match and the ladder match is placed. It'd be hilarious if it's like right after each other. If it's back to back, Adam Cole's not winning anything. Let me get a sip of my water here. Excuse me. So, Adam Cole, I don't think is winning here. Lars Sullivan not winning here. Like I said, Killian Dain going the main roster with Sanity. EC3 not yet. Ricochet maybe, but my pick, and he's personally becoming one of my favorites, especially after his fantastic match of the year contender at NXT TakeOver at War Games with Aleister Black. Velveteen Dream. I think Velveteen Dream is walking away as your inaugural North American champion and will probably be defending it against Ricochet at NXT TakeOver Chicago 2. That's what I think is going to happen, because the Velveteen Dream deserves something. He's worked, originally no one liked this Velveteen Dream gimmick at first, and then it got caught on. A simple feud that the main roster apparently does not know how to put correctly. I mean, the feud of the year for NXT was, and deservedly so, was Aleister Black and Velveteen Dream. They did get match of the year. That went to Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. That came in close second right there. Velveteen Dream, I think, is going to win the NXT North American Championship, and will feud with Ricochet for the time being. Ricochet, I believe. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out how they did to actually determine who goes for the NXT title, because they don't actually have like a match for that. I mean, because the Dusty Rhodes Classic, they got, I believe, the winner actually gets the tag team title match. So, because they don't have their own Rumble, right? So that's why I would love to see NXT 2. I would love to see Triple H at least have some type of, way to actually determine a number one contender for these titles. No, I mean, like Shayna Baszler, I don't know how she's still getting the. We'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, Velveteen Dream wins. Feud with Ricochet for the time being. I'm not sure how Ricochet would go after this. I think Ricochet would win the North American title probably by Brooklyn 3 or Brooklyn 4. That's my take on the. Since I brought up the NXT Women's Championship, we're going to talk about the NXT Women's Championship. Probably my least exciting match that I'm actually looking forward to because I'm just not a fan of Shayna and Baszler that much. Like, she was cool in UFC and all that stuff, but she's just, I don't know, just something about her in WWE is not clicking with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not like the greatest Ember Moon fan though, but I like Ember Moon, but I'm not like. To me, this should be a triple threat match. This should be this should be the triple threat match instead of the tag team title match. Because Kairi Sane, from what I understood, Philadelphia was supposed to be her Ember Moon and Kairi Sane, but since Kairi Sane was dealing with nagging injuries, that didn't happen. So I think it should be. I think Kairi Sane, I think is still going to get the championship match, either at Chicago or I would save that her championship coronation for Brooklyn, because if you think about it, TakeOver Brooklyn is more like NXT's WrestleMania, as opposed to the weekend of WrestleMania for NXT. Yeah, you would have that all carried in, but who would I want to win this match? I mean, I would love to see. I'd rather have Ember Moon retain because she's just because she just got the title, she won that. I still think that was not a very. I still think that was a wrong decision at War Games. My whole issue was because she never beat Asuka. She only got it because Asuka's not there. That's was my only gripe with that. I'm not saying she doesn't deserve it. I'm saying she got it because of, I would have seen my booking was either Peyton Royce or Nikki Cross. Personally, I'm a huge Nikki Cross fan. So I would have loved to see Nikki Cross at least win it one time before going to the main roster. That's not happening. She's going to the main roster. She will probably be the SmackDown Women's Champion, hopefully. Man, imagine what Nikki Cross would do as champion. Like how would she present her championship belt? That's something to think about. I mean, I know how Sanity would present their NXT titles. The rest of Sanity. But and then you got some of these other talents coming. Candice LeRae, who just got signed at Philly, so that's gonna got that got in. Hopefully whenever Tony Storm is finished with Stardom and all that, Tony Storm can come in. I would love to see Shirai come in. That'd be great. Shirai and Kairi Sane and for the Jesus Christ. Maybe a lot of people don't think it's gonna happen, but if Rosemary ever leaves NXT Rose Impact, she can go to NXT. Su Yung, hopefully, probably not after the whole thing with Rich Swann. Su Yung would be perfect on NXT. What other names you got? Just like the names I mentioned, Tony Storm and Shirai, and things like. I would love to see those names come in, but and you got Dakota Kai's in there, like I said. But I think Kairi Sane is going to win the NXT Championship at TakeOver Brooklyn 4. My pick here is for Ember Moon to retain the NXT Women's Championship. Then we go to probably would be not maybe match of the weekend or second match of the weekend. I'm not really sure because because it's a really hard choice to choose which match will be the better of the weekend between this match and Nakamura and Styles, and I'm talking about the unsanctioned match between Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. If the stipulation is, if Gargano wins, he is reinstated in the NXT. If Ciampa wins, Gargano will be banned from NXT forever, meaning going to the main roster. Ooh, this is a hard one to choose from. I love DIY. I was one of those DIY fans. I was more. We all knew it was happening. We knew Ciampa and Gargano were gonna break up. We knew that was gonna happen. We didn't want it to happen, but we knew it was gonna happen. And it was beautifully executed when it happened at Chicago last year. This is one of the best built up stories in all of WWE currently. That is, Ciampa was at Gargano's wedding, best man at his wedding, and stabbing him. It's a great story. Ciampa cost Gargano his job in NXT when he got involved in the NXT title match a few weeks ago, and then Gargano showing up at Ciampa's house at like 3 a.m, banging on his door, in the parking lot, all that stuff. So Ciampa went to William Regal and says, "What are you gonna do about it?" He said, "We're gonna put you two in a match, but NXT doesn't want any part of it. It's gonna be an unsanctioned match in this stipulation. This could be match of the night." As much as I'm gonna love the ladder match, this is gonna be a match of the night, and maybe, just maybe, steal the whole weekend. Who would I book to win? Ciampa. I think Gargano's time in NXT, even though he should have been NXT champion, I agree with a lot of people who say he should have been NXT champion. I just don't think he should have. He was ready. He was going to be NXT champion then because Aleister Black was groomed to be NXT champion at this takeover, regardless of what people say. Gargano, I think, is going to the main roster. He is one of those names. I'm going to actually, since we're here, I'm going to get to those names now. The Authors of Pain, Sanity, not Roderick Strong. Well, I don't know. Technically, he kind of, well, not really. But the names I've heard are Authors of Pain, Sanity, Johnny Gargano, the Iconic Duo, and Drew McIntyre. But yeah, Johnny Gargano, I'm saying right now, is going to lose. Tommaso Ciampa is going to win. And I think Tommaso Ciampa is going to be the next one in line for an NXT Championship match. And we'll get to that in just a second as we take a quick break here. And I am back from my break, drinking a bottle of water. So, like I said before, Ciampa is going to win and get an NXT Championship match. And when we get to the NXT Championship match, which I'm not sure which is close the show, it's either going to be Gargano and Ciampa or the NXT Championship match, which is Andrade Cien Almas defending the NXT title with Zelina Vega in his corner against the Dutch Destroyer, one of my personal favorites in NXT. Actually, my favorite wrestler in NXT right now, Aleister Black. I know Aleister Black came in NXT. Actually, he came into the WWE in I think it was 2016, late 2016. He signed a deal. Let me see if I can find it when he signed with NXT. He signed in here we go, June of 2016. And he at the time was under the name Tommy End. He did have one match as Tommy End on WWE television against Neville at I think it was the UK tournament show, non-tournament match that he did, which was an okay match. But yeah, he took on Almas in his first match in NXT. How funny is it? Things come around. He had a fantastic match with Hideo Itami at TakeOver Brooklyn, and then had one of the best matches of the year last year with Velveteen Dream. And it's Aleister Black's time. Aleister Black is walking away as your new NXT champion. And like I said with Tommaso Ciampa, I think for the time being, depending on what they want to do in Brooklyn, if they want to bring back Drew McIntyre to NXT, or if he's going to straight to the main roster when he returns, it will be Aleister Black and Tommaso Ciampa for the NXT Championship. If not that, let me look at the NXT roster right now, because Lars Sullivan as is not ready for the NXT Championship. That's why they have that's why they now have the North American title. If I can find the, there we go. Let me see if I can get to the NXT. Oh no, stupid, my computer being an asshole right now. Okay, here we go. Let's see who we got. I think EC3 might be stuck in the mid card for a little bit, and same thing goes for what the fuck is he at? Same thing for Ricochet. Well, maybe. Well, yeah, Ricochet maybe. Yeah, sure. Aleister Black is gonna be like I said, gonna keep the title till TakeOver Brooklyn. That's when he's gonna lose it. Let's see what's on the house show right now. Circuit. Okay, let's see who's signed, but he has yet to. Okay, here we go. I'm looking. I'm trying to think. That's a tough one. That really is a tough one. I mean, personally, if Pete Dunne and Roderick Strong does not win the NXT tag team titles, I would love to see a NXT champion versus UK champion with Pete Dunne and Aleister Black. Yeah, sure, Almas is going to get his rematch at Chicago, but I think Almas is going to be on his way to the main roster too after Chicago. So Aleister Black doesn't really have that much. I mean, you could do Adam Cole again, but I don't know when Bobby Fish will be back. So Tommaso Ciampa is probably the only one that makes sense. I mean, unless you want to put EC3 in the main title picture, but with him being in this North American title hunt, even though I think it's going to be Ricochet and Velveteen Dream for a little bit, you don't have that much, people to go for. All your main players for NXT are now on the main roster. Finn Balor is on the main roster. Samoa Joe's on the main roster. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Shinsuke Nakamura. Who else? Seth Rollins. So you got all those former big time players for NXT are not in NXT anymore. So as of right now, I think Tommaso Ciampa, that's if EC3 is not going to be is not going to go to the main title picture, and don't know how long Bob Fish is going to be out. Adam Cole might not be in there for a while, so I think it's going to be Tommaso Ciampa and Aleister Black for the time being. Don't know what they're going to do at TakeOver Brooklyn. That's an interesting, little tidbit there. So, but yeah, those are my thoughts for NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. I mean, not NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. Jesus Christ, it's almost 3 in the morning, and I'm doing this. I'm tired. So that's my thoughts on NXT TakeOver New Orleans. Again, I'm going to go for my results. Aleister Black wins the NXT Championship. Ember Moon retains. Roderick Strong and Pete Dunne win the NXT Tag Team Championships and win the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic Trophy. Velveteen Dream wins the first ever North American Championship, and Tommaso Ciampa beats Johnny Gargano. That's my thoughts. I'm super excited for NXT TakeOver. Hopefully later today I'm going to get to my WrestleMania 34 predictions. We got, oh my god, what the fuck is this match card, so I can actually have that in my notes for later. Let's see. I almost clicked on. There you go. Oh, and updated poster for WrestleMania came out. It does not have the Undertaker in there. We'll get to that. Matches we're going to talk about later. Like the big ones. Daniel Bryan return to in-ring competition. The team with Daniel Bryan, Shane McMahon take on Owens and Zayn. You got Ronda Rousey's first wrestling match ever. Forget WWE match. It's their first professional wrestling match ever. Charlotte and Asuka, Nakamura and Styles, the cancer that's Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. Cedric Alexander, Mustafa Ali should be on the main show. The Triple Threat IC title match. Rusev Day. You get some good stuff. You got these 2 battle royals that I don't give 2 shits about. Raw Women's title match that I don't give 2 shits about. You got the Triple Threat tag team match for the tag team titles. Who the fuck is Braun Strowman teaming with? We got all that shit for the WrestleMania 34 predictions. But this is my NXT TakeOver Chicago. I almost said Chicago again. Son of a bitch. I said Brooklyn earlier, and then I said Chicago. NXT TakeOver New Orleans predictions. Tell me what you guys think below. What do you think is going to be match of the night? What do you think is going to be match of the weekend? Tell me who you think is going to win. Do you think Aleister Black is in? And do you agree with Aleister Black and Tommaso Ciampa for the title? Do you believe with Ricochet and Veleteen Dream, Sanity going to the main roster? Do you think Sanity will do good on the main roster? Do you think we're going to have a new NXT Tag Team Champions? Do you think we're having a new NXT Women's Champion? Let me know in the comments below, and talk to you guys later. Peace.